What is up, you guys? We're back in the garage with my beautiful LS Swap Lamborghini, and I got some super exciting news that I'm going to share with you guys, and that is we finally got the t-shirt design back, and I actually already placed an order on them. So I'll drop a picture of the design, and let me know in the comment section what you guys think about it. And also, we already hit 1,000 subscribers, and actually we're past that already. So big shout out to you guys, and that means we got to draw the 10 names of the lucky winners for the giveaway. So make sure you guys don't bail out on this video because you guys could possibly be one of the lucky winners. But as you guys can tell, the garage is a filthy mess and we need to clean it up. And also we got a lot of work that we got to get done on the car before it's ready to go down to Roman at Art of Assembly in Dallas. So let's go ahead and get started with today's episode. Had a chance to go get a haircut, you guys, so I ain't looking homeless anymore. I lost the beard as well, but our new fuel pumps came in, and if you guys watched my last episode, you guys probably saw that we removed one of the fuel pumps out of the car, and let me show you guys what that looks like. So this is actually what came out of the car right here, and then this is the fuel pump that was in there, and this is the new one that we are going to be installing. So clearly there's a size difference there, so we did have to modify this in order for it to fit, and I went ahead and did that off camera just to see what all we was getting involved with. But all I got left on this one is to do the wiring. So I'm going to do the wiring on it, and then we will install it into the car, and then we'll move over to the other side and remove that fuel pump and just repeat the process. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So I was gonna reveal this shirt in a digital version, but I actually took long enough to make this video that the shipment of shirts actually already came in. And let me tell you guys, I'm actually really proud of it for being my very first one. But let me show you guys what that final product came out like. Hopefully you guys are as excited about these shirts as I am, because you could potentially be one of the 10 lucky winners that I'm going to announce later today for the giveaway. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But we got a lot of work that we got to get done. So let me show you guys where we left off at. We got our fuel pump assembly all put together. There was some fabrication that had to be done to it in order for the fuel pump to fit into that basket. But we got that one all wrapped up and it is ready to go back into the car. And after I get that installed, I'm going to move to the back of the car and I am going to start on the fuel lines. And what I'm going to be using for those fuel lines is this Vibrant hose that I have here along with these AN fittings. For those of you that are not familiar with these fittings, I will explain a little bit more once I start building some of the lines and how they work. So I did go with a -8 feed line and a -6 return line. And really the dash number, all it is the way that they measure the hose. So the higher the number, the larger diameter hose, and obviously vice versa for the smaller number. And there's actually a chart online if you want to run some of this hose. There's a chart online that you can look up and it'll convert it over to a fraction. And it's just a good reference to go based off of. But I was looking at the motor and it's not going to be as easy as I thought. Usually this line is pretty easy, but the routing is always the hardest part. And if you look at this right here, I put some of the fittings on and we have our air to water intercooler fitting that's going to come out right here, and it actually falls right in line with this fitting, right? So that is going to be a little bit of a problem, but we're going to have to work around it and see what we come up with. So I'm going to get some of those, or I'm going to get the fuel pump thrown in, get some of those lines built, and we also need to put the brace in, because when it comes down to fabricating and customizing parts like this, what you want to do is you want to have all of your parts that are stationary in the car, because it could interfere with other stuff that you're building. And like potentially with these lines, I could mount one of these lines where where that brace is supposed to be at, and it's just going to save you some time and money when you're building stuff. So we got a lot of stuff that we got to get done. So let's go ahead and hop back into this and start building some lines. Check it out, you guys. I screwed some of these fittings onto these fuel rails so I can kind of figure out which way I was going to route my fuel lines. And this is kind of what I came up with here. So these two fittings in the rear are going to be the fuel feed line. So those are going to have to run to each filter that I have over here. And they're going to feed the rails. It's going to come to the front. And then, so this one right here has to connect to a regulator. And I don't have the exact regulator I'm going to use, but I think I'm going to mount it like this with a 90 attached to the rail, so it'll be sturdy enough. And then this line right here will run over to this one. And then in the process of me doing all this, I did go ahead and like put the plugs into the side of the intercooler. And there's 4 ports. Here's another one right here. And tell me why, when I went to the back over here, I went to go screw the fitting on, and it was going on fine. All the other ones went on fine. And there towards the end, it got a little bit tough. And so I went ahead and gave it the Ugga Dugga as well. Let me tell you guys, I ruined my intake.
Ah, damn.
I literally had to take the intake off and use this Milwaukee in order to get it off, because I could not get it off. I don't know how the hell it happened, but I was literally standing on the intake with a ratchet and it would just not come off. So I had to use the Milwaukee to get it off, and more or less the threads pulled out of the intake, or out of the intercooler. So now I'm gonna have to find me a tap, or I'm gonna have to figure something out in order to get those threads cleaned up, and we'll see how we're gonna make it work. But I started building some of the fuel lines, and let me show you guys how those are gonna work out. So just to explain a little bit about how these fittings work. So this is a hose end right here, and literally just because it goes to the end of the hose, and it has some threads on it, and then you have this nut, I would call it. Well, this right here is what's gonna go over the hose, and this tape is not supposed to be here, so just take that off whenever you get yours. But you're gonna slide this on over the hose, and then you're gonna wanna screw this in, and you might want to put like some WD-40 or NICs. I'm the one to say it because I just literally screwed up the threads on that intercooler, but I recommend it. So put some NICs on it, and then you literally just screw it in until you get them to touch, and then that's it. I mean, and the way it works though is it has a tapered end, and it goes inside of the hose and it flares it out, and that's what creates your seal. And these fittings are super easy to work with, and they're fairly inexpensive. This is a finished product, and this is what it's supposed to look like. I'm gonna hop into the car and start making some of the lines. So I finally got two of the fuel feed lines completed, and check this out, you guys. I'm pretty happy with how they came out. So to start off with, they start over here off the filter, and they run and comes over to this far rail over here, and same for the other one. Starts there, ends at that filter over there. And I did go ahead and put them on the firewall because I am going to be installing the original panel for the firewall, and I think it's just gonna make the engine bay look a lot cleaner, hiding everything. So I'm pretty happy with how they came out, but whoa, excuse me. I'm pretty happy with how they came out, but we are gonna have to put this on pause because I finally got the names of the giveaway winners, and we're gonna have to hop right into that. So before I do though, I do wanna say, in order to claim your prize, you guys have to go over to my Instagram and shoot me a message. So, and for those of you that did not win, still head over to my Instagram and shoot me a message if you guys are interested in buying one. We can set something up. But the reason it has to be Instagram is so I can privately message you guys, and we can get your contact information and sizes and everything. That way we can get the shirt sent over to you guys. I don't have a website yet, but maybe in the future we will. So this is how we're gonna have to do it for now. So make sure you guys do that. But let's go ahead and hop right into it. This is kind of exciting and something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I got the names here on the iPad. And to start off with,
Jay Quellen. Where's Jay Quellen at? No Jay Quellen here? Yeah.
Do you mean Jacqueline?
our number one winner is Stare Down Games. Thank you, Stare Down Games, for supporting me. So you have won one of my Lamborghini Gallardo shirts. Our second winner is Emil the Hun. Thank you, Emil. Our third winner is Shomari Ellsbury. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. If not, I'm sorry. Our fourth winner is Bradical. Thank you, Bradical. Our fifth winner is Jeffrey Karsh. Thank you, Jeffrey. I really appreciate your support. Our sixth winner is Chris Boggs. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate your support as well. Our seventh winner is Mr. Ollie Gaming. Thank you, Ollie. I appreciate the support. Our eighth winner is Cesar Lopez. Thank you, Cesar. And our ninth winner is Rob's Device Unknown. Thank you, Rob. I really appreciate your support. And our 10th winner is Gerald Thompson. So those are our 10 lucky winners. I really appreciate your guys' support, and thank you to all you guys. I guess real quick, we'll show the shirt one last time before we end the video. So this is the final design we came up with of the shirt. And remember, you guys, you need to head over to my Instagram if I called your name and shoot me a message so that way I can get all of your information down and we can get your shirt sent over to you. I am going to be doing more giveaways in the future, so for those of you that did not win, I apologize, but I wish I could give something to everybody, but unfortunately it just does not work that way. But with that being said, we're going to end this video here. I appreciate all your guys' support. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.